told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday.
Guys, this video is going to be a very quick one. I've already prepared everything down so that I will not waste time. I don't want this video to be too long. If you haven't watched the video of the cutting of this Victorian corset, please, you can go ahead and watch it so that you understand this part. So all you need to do is to place your pattern. Place the pattern on your fabric and cut with ½ inch allowance all round, up and down, every corner, ½ inch allowance. We are sewing the front side first. After sewing the front side, we move to the back side. So this is the center of the front. This is the side 1 and then side 2. If you have watched the video of the cutting, you understand what I mean. I cut the center 2 pieces. This is what you should do. You cut the center 2 pieces, and I cut 2 pieces of the lining. I went ahead and attached my interfacing. What I use here is paper gum. You can use any one you have, it's okay. I added interfacing on the material itself. The same thing, paper gum. I did that on all of them. So this is the center. I've cut the wording. I'll be making use of soft wording for this. If you want, you can still add a ready-made bra cup. It's fine. After attaching this one, you can still add a ready-made bra cup. It's okay. So the choice is yours. But for the sake of this tutorial, I just want to use only this wording for it. So I have 2 pieces here for the center part. So this one is the side, the same thing. I cut 2 for the side. Everything here is 2 because of the 2 sides of the front. So this one is just one side. This one here is the second side to complete the 2 sides. So altogether, this pieces is going to be 6 in number after sewing it. Alright, so we are going to start the sewing now. In order for us not to be confused, I will leave the pattern paper on top so that when I take, you know where I take from. Alright. So guys, the first thing I'm going to do is to quickly attach the wording. I'm going to fix it like this. Remember, this one is side 1. So I'm going to start by fixing the wording on the bustier area. I will sew it together because I don't have light. So after after attaching the wording, the next thing is to start joining it together. So I'm going to sew like this one and this one. After sewing this and this, I'll attach it to the center. This is how we are going to sew it. I don't want you to be confused at all. So now you can use your pressing iron to attach this together. The reason why I sewed it like I said before, it's because I don't have light. I'm running gem. So I'm going to shift this aside and take one from this. Shift this aside and then take one from here. Okay? So I'm going to sew like this. So let me shift this. So the next thing I'll do is to I'm going to take the center now. This is the side. I'm going to take the center now, one. I'll take one like this and still place the pattern paper. So we are going to join like this. Make sure the underbust rhyme together. So I'm going to place it, I'll sew like this. So I'm through with this side. I'm going to take this one and this one, and I'll place it like this again and sew. When doing your notching, be careful not to cut the stitches. So I will now take the center now. So I'm going to place it like this and sew. And then you are going to sew with the sewing allowance you added. If you add half-inch sewing allowance, make use of it. If you add 0.25 sewing allowance or even 1 inch, any allowance you added, sew with it. So we are done sewing the two sides of the front. So this is the first one, and then this is the second one. So this is it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join it at the center. I'm going to flip this one like this to this other side. I will place it like this, and I'm going to sew the center. So the front is complete now. So this is what I have now, and then this is the down part. So after ironing it, everything will relax very well. So I'll go ahead and sew the lining exactly the same way. So let me do that off camera for us to save time, but it's exactly the same process. I hope you understand. So let me do that and I'll be back. So guys, I'm done sewing the lining and I've gone ahead to press it. The seam allowances flat and it's looking so nice and well relaxed. So if you look closely, you will notice that the two of them are equal at this side. So to turn the down part, I'm going to reduce the lining by 1 inch. I wouldn't want it to be equal. I'll go ahead and reduce the lining with 1 inch. So guys, I've marked my 1 inch. I'll cut it now. So now the lining is now shorter than the fabric. So this is what I have now. After turning it, the fabric will be, part of the fabric will be inside. So that is the idea. So I'm going to keep the lining and continue with the material. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are going to start sewing the boning. What I have here is the sewable boning. So I'm going to sew it at the dart point. So we are done with the papers. I'm going to set it aside. So this is the space I left here, and I left this space here. So this is the first stitches. I'm going to sew the second one here at this edge. The first one, the second one, and that will be all for this one. So guys, I'm done sewing the bias tape, and after sewing it, it's looking so beautiful. And then this is cotton bias. It's optional. If you want, you can do it like this. If you don't want, you can forget about the bias tape. It's not compulsory. Okay? And if you don't want to cover your darts with these bias tapes, make sure you use the matching thread. So the next thing we are going to do is to fix the yoke. At this point, if you don't want to make use of the yoke, what you will need to do is to place your lining. You place your lining like this, and then you sew and cover up this side. Okay, that is if your own is going to be in tube form. I hope you understand what I mean. But if you are going to make use of the yoke like me, then we are going to fix the yoke. I've cut it. Remember to put your allowance at this side and at this side. So I'm going to fix the yoke now. Remember that the yoke is in V shape. So I'm going to fix the yoke like this. Then with the lace mouth here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and fix it now. I'm going to turn it like this, and so after fixing the two yoke, I'll use my lining to turn. So I'm going to use the lining to turn it now. So for me to do that, I'm going to flip it back and sew. So guys, this is it for the front side. I'm done fixing the yoke and everything is well sewn. We are going to sew the back side now. So guys, this is the back side. Center, side 1, side 2. Okay, like the front side, you are going to cut with your sewing allowance at the 4 sides. For the center, we have 2 pieces, just like the front side. We still have 2 pieces here and then 2 pieces of lining. So I added interfacing both on the material and on the lining. So remember, you are going to place your pattern paper like this to avoid any confusion. Okay, this is center, side 1, side 2, side 2. So I'm going to sew this and this, and then this, like we did at the front side. We sew side 1, side 2 together and then join it to the center. I hope you understand. So I'm going to start now. I'm going to remove this, take one, and then I'm going to remove this and then take this one. So remember, we are going to sew like this. We are going to sew like this. Okay, so I've joined side 1 and side 2 together. The next thing is to attach it to the center. So I'm going to take one of the center and join to this one like this. So I'm going to sew like this. So guys, this is one side. I'm going to sew the other side. So guys, I'm done with the back side together with the lining, and I've reduced the lining by 1 inch, just like we did on the front side. So the lining is shorter by 1 inch. So the next thing we are going to do now is to fix the boning. So we are going to give gap here and here and fix it at the dart areas. So guys, I'm done fixing the boning and also running my bias tape at the front side. So this is what I have. So the next thing we are going to do now is to fix the yoke. So this is the neckline. And then this is the zip side. The neckline is going to be facing the zip side. So it's going to be like this. So I'm going to turn it like this and sew. So guys, I'm going to place the yoke like this, leaving some space here. I will use the lining to cover it like this and sew. I'll cover it like this and sew. I'll sew like this and then close up this side. After closing up this side, I'm going to sew like this, following this space here. The next thing is to cover this side. I'm going to drag it to be equal and sew. So after closing this side, then I'm going to come back. This is the neckline. I'm going to come back and then cover the zip allowance like this. I'm going to sew like this now, following this space here. So guys, we are now going to join the front and the back together. I'm going to sew the shoulder first, then we'll sew the sides. The bust is 39. That is 19.5. So I'm going to sew with 1 inch allowance. I have 2 inches here. I'm going to divide it. So this I'm going to sew with 1 inch allowance here and 1 inch allowance here. So guys, I'm done shaping the top and it's looking so beautiful. I hope you will try it out. I know you would definitely like this top, so please make sure to try it out. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing now is to cut out a flare sleeve and attach my sleeve, and that will be the end. So let's go over to the table and cut the sleeve. So guys, I'll be cutting a flutter sleeve or flare sleeve, 180 degrees flare sleeve for my top. So I'll fold my material into 2 like this. So I have 15 inches here. I'm going to take the 15 inches all round. 15 and 15. So I'll cut it out now. After cutting this one, I'll use it to trace the second one. So this is what I have. Let me just turn it like this. It's still the same thing. So I'm going to measure my armhole depth 8 inches and mark. This is my armhole depth. The next thing I'll do is to go in from here. I'll go in by 2 inches and mark. I'll take the 2 inches to this edge. So I've created my armhole. This is my armhole, just like we did when we are cutting the top. So this is an L shape. The next thing I'll do now is to draw my armhole curve on this L shape. Alright, like we did when we are cutting the top. So what I will do now is to, from this edge, I'm going to make a curve. I'll make a curve like this and then connect like this. Like an S shape. This is my armhole curve. So it's as simple as that. The next thing I'll do is just to cut it out. And then this is what I have. So this is how it looks after I open it up. So I'm going to use this one to trace the second sleeve. So guys, I have the 2 of them now for the 2 sleeves. So we are going to go over to the machine to sew the sleeve. I'm going to use a bias tape to turn up the mouth of the flare. Okay, so I'll do that and I'll get back to you. So guys, I'm done turning the 2 of them with my bias tape. So this is the back side and this is the front side. So after turning it, I went ahead and closed up this side with 1/2 inch. So I've done the 2 of them. So the next thing I will do now is to fix it on the top. Right, I'm going to turn the right side like this, and then to fix it, I'm going to match this line with this line here. I'm going to match the 2 lines together like this, and I'm going to sew. I'm going to sew like this. You can just open it up like this if you want, then place these lines like this and place this one like this. So place it like this. So I'll go over to the machine and then I'll sew the sleeve. I'm going to fix the 2 sleeves and I'll be right back. Okay, so guys, I'm done fixing the sleeve and it's looking so beautiful. So our top is complete now. So I hope you will try it out and let me know your results in the comment section. If you have any question, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. And please, if you have not watched the cutting tutorial for this top, please go ahead and watch it. I will encourage you to watch it so that you understand every part of it, so that it will be more clear to you. Alright, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share to others. You may be helping someone. Alright, so till next time, for now it is bye bye.